If you feel this, you're about to meet a starseed. There are moments in life when you sense something inexplicable, a shift in the air, a feeling in your chest, a knowing deep in your soul that something is about to change. It's not just intuition, it's not just coincidence. It's something greater, something cosmic, something pulling you toward an encounter that will alter the course of your journey forever. Some call them fate, others call them synchronicities, but if you have been feeling this strange, almost magnetic pull, you may be on the verge of meeting a starseed. Now, what does that really mean? We hear the word starseed thrown around in spiritual circles, often surrounded by mystery, wonder, and sometimes even skepticism, but at its core, a starseed is a soul that has incarnated on Earth from other star systems, other dimensions, other planes of existence beyond what we can comprehend with our limited human senses. They come here with a mission, a purpose, a deep-seated knowing that they are here to shift the frequency of the planet, to awaken humanity, and to help others remember who they truly are.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
So, how do you know if you're about to meet one? The universe has a way of preparing us for significant encounters, and if you are experiencing certain signs, it means that you are on the precipice of something profound. Maybe you've been noticing repeating numbers, 11, 11, 222, 333, everywhere you look. These aren't just random coincidences, they are markers, codes embedded in reality to catch your attention, to let you know that something beyond the veil is trying to communicate with you. Have you been seeing symbols in your dreams, feeling drawn to specific places, or experiencing déjà vu so intensely that it feels like a memory trying to resurface? These are signals, whispered messages from the universe guiding you toward this upcoming meeting. But here's the real question. Why you? Why now? Why are you, out of billions of people, being prepared to meet a starseed? The answer is in your own journey. You see, encounters with starseeds don't happen by accident. They occur when you are ready, when your own consciousness has reached a certain vibration, when your soul has opened up just enough to receive the kind of activation that only a starseed can provide. Think about your life recently. Have you been questioning everything? Have you felt a deep dissatisfaction with the way the world operates, as if you're seeing through the illusion of society for the first time? Have you been feeling a restlessness, a yearning for something more, something beyond the mundane routines of everyday existence? That's because your soul is preparing itself for a shift, and meeting a starseed is often the catalyst for that transformation. When you come into the presence of a starseed, something inside you will stir. It won't be like meeting an ordinary person. Their energy will feel different, almost alien yet strangely familiar. It's as if they carry a frequency that resonates with something buried deep inside of you, something ancient, something cosmic. Have you ever met someone and immediately felt like you've known them forever? That's because at some level you have. Starseeds often recognize their soul family across time and space, and when they meet someone who is meant to awaken, the connection is instantaneous. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Sometimes, before you even meet the starseed, you will start to feel their energy approaching. It's like a ripple in the fabric of reality, a shift in the frequency around you. You might feel an unexplainable excitement, as if something big is about to happen, but you don't know what. You might start having vivid dreams of celestial landscapes, of beings of light, of messages you don't fully understand yet but feel deeply. Your intuition will heighten, your perception will expand, and you'll begin to notice things that others don't. This is because your energy field is already responding to the presence of the starseed even before they physically enter your life. And when they do, everything changes. Conversations with them won't be ordinary. Their words will carry a depth, a wisdom, a resonance that shakes you to your core. They may not even speak much, but their mere presence will trigger something in you, a remembrance, a sudden insight, a realization that you are more than this body, more than this identity, more than the stories you've been told about yourself. Have you ever had a conversation with someone and walked away feeling like your entire worldview just expanded? That is the power of meeting a starseed. But this is where you must ask yourself a very important question. Are you ready for this encounter? Because meeting a starseed is not just about gaining knowledge or feeling inspired, it's about transformation, and transformation is not always comfortable. When you meet a starseed, they will reflect back to you the parts of yourself that you have been ignoring. They will challenge you to wake up, to break free from limitations, to step into your own power. They will not allow you to stay asleep, and that kind of awakening can be unsettling. So if you have been feeling the signs, if you've been sensing that something is about to shift, if your dreams have been vivid, if your intuition has been screaming at you that something or someone is coming, then prepare yourself. This is not just another encounter, this is a turning point. The universe is orchestrating something profound, and you are at the center of it. The question is, will you embrace it? Will you allow yourself to be changed? Ask yourself, if you were to meet someone today who could unlock the deepest truths of your soul, would you be ready to receive it? Would you be willing to let go of everything you thought you knew in order to step into something greater? Because that is what is coming, and it is coming soon. The moment of recognition. How to know when you've met a starseed. There are encounters in life that feel ordinary, fleeting, insignificant. And then there are those rare moments when you meet someone who seems to shift the very air around them. Their presence feels different. Their energy carries something beyond words, beyond time, beyond the limits of human understanding. If you've ever locked eyes with someone and felt something ignite inside of you, a knowing, a remembrance, an unshakable feeling that this meeting was destined, then you may have just met a starseed. But how do you truly know? How can you be sure that this person is not just another passing soul, but something more? Someone who carries the essence of the stars, someone whose very existence is intertwined with your awakening. The truth is, your soul will recognize them before your mind does. It won't be logical. It won't be something you can easily explain to others. It will be a feeling, an unshakable knowing deep in your core that this person is not like the rest. One of the first signs is the immediate shift in your energy. When you meet a starseed, it's as if your entire frequency changes. You might feel a sudden rush of emotion that you can't explain, excitement, nostalgia, even an overwhelming sense of peace. It's as if being in their presence activates something dormant within you, something that has been waiting to wake up. Have you ever met someone and within minutes felt like you could tell them everything? That's because a starseed carries an energy that dissolves the illusions of separation. They remind you of who you are at your core, beyond the masks, beyond the conditioning of this world. But it's not just about emotions. The physical body reacts too. Some people report feeling tingles, goosebumps, a sudden warmth in their chest, or even a lightness in their body, as if gravity itself has lessened in their presence. Others experience ringing in their ears, as if their energy field is literally adjusting to the higher frequency of the starseed. Your body knows before your mind does. It senses the shift, the activation, the cosmic recognition that is taking place. And then there are the conversations. Starseeds do not engage in meaningless small talk. Their words carry weight, depth, and an almost hypnotic resonance that stays with you long after the conversation ends. They speak in a way that feels ancient, yet completely relevant to your life at this moment. They don't just answer your questions, they awaken new ones. They don't just offer advice, they shift your entire perspective. Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling like something inside you just expanded? Like your consciousness just stretched beyond its previous limits? That is the power of a starseed's words. But here's something even more extraordinary. Sometimes they won't say much at all. Sometimes their presence alone is enough to trigger something profound within you. You might find yourself having vivid dreams after meeting them, dreams of other worlds, celestial landscapes, or encounters with beings of light. You might start experiencing synchronicities at an overwhelming rate. Seeing repeating numbers, hearing messages in songs, stumbling upon books or information that seem to be placed in your path at exactly the right moment. The universe begins speaking louder because you have just stepped onto a new path, one that the meeting with this starseed has accelerated. And then there's the unexplainable sense of familiarity. You may feel as though you've known them forever, even if you've just met. It's not just a feeling of comfort, it's a deep, soul-level recognition, as if you are reuniting with someone you've loved across lifetimes. It's the kind of connection that defies logic, that makes you question everything you thought you knew about time, space, and destiny. But here's the most important question. Are you ready for what happens next? Because meeting a starseed is not just about an interesting conversation or a fleeting spiritual high. It is an initiation. It is a doorway. And once you step through, there is no going back. They will awaken something in you that cannot be ignored. They will remind you of your purpose, your mission, your own cosmic origins. And once you remember, you cannot unremember. So, if you have met someone recently and you feel that undeniable pull, that shift in your soul, that magnetic recognition that something far greater is unfolding, then pay attention. This is not random. This is not coincidence. This is destiny in motion. The real question now is, what will you do with this awakening? Will you embrace it or will you resist it? Because meeting a starseed is just the beginning. What comes next is entirely up to you. Activation: how a starseed awakens your true purpose. There comes a moment after meeting a starseed when something inside you shifts. It's not always immediate, and it's not always gentle. Sometimes it feels like a slow unraveling, a process of peeling back layers of illusion that you didn't even realize were there. Other times it's like an explosion, a sudden, undeniable realization that nothing in your life will ever be the same again. This is the activation. This is when their presence ignites something within you that cannot be ignored. But what does that actually mean? How does a starseed awaken your true purpose? The answer lies in energy, specifically the energy they carry and the frequency they transmit. Starseeds don't just exist in the physical world like everyone else. They embody a vibration that is inherently higher, more in tune with the cosmic frequencies of the universe, and when you come into contact with that energy, your own frequency begins to shift. It's like a dormant code within you is suddenly switched on, and for the first time, you start to see reality for what it really is. Have you noticed that after meeting them, you start questioning everything? The things you once accepted without thought, your job, your relationships, the way the world operates, suddenly feel misaligned. You start realizing that much of what you've built your life around was never truly yours to begin with. It was inherited, programmed into you by society, by expectations, by fear. But now something deeper is awakening. A voice inside you is growing louder, urging you to seek something more, something real. This is because starseeds act as catalysts. They are not here to give you answers, they are here to remind you that you already have them. They will not tell you what your purpose is, but they will stir something inside you that makes it impossible to keep living in a way that is out of alignment with your soul. And this is where the real work begins. Because awakening is not just about feeling inspired, it is about transformation, and transformation requires courage. You may find that after meeting a starseed, you start experiencing intense synchronicities. You think of something and it appears. You ask a question and the answer shows up in the most unexpected way. It's as if the universe is suddenly more alive, more responsive, more engaged in your journey. This is not a coincidence. This is your reality shifting to match your new frequency. The more you embrace it, the more magic unfolds. But the moment you resist, out of fear, out of doubt, you will feel the tension of trying to hold on to an old version of yourself that no longer fits. And here's the part that most people don't talk about. Awakening can be painful. When a starseed activates you, they don't just bring light, they also bring shadows to the surface. The fears, the insecurities, the limiting beliefs that have been buried within you will start to rise. This is not to punish you, this is to free you, because you cannot step into your true purpose while still carrying the weight of who you were told to be. So, what is your purpose? That is the question that will begin to haunt you after this activation. And the answer is not something you will find outside of yourself. It is something you will remember. Your purpose is not a job, not a title, not a role you play in society. It is the essence of who you are when you strip away everything that is not truly you. It is what sets your soul on fire. It is what makes you feel alive. It is what you would do even if no one paid you, even if no one understood. It is the reason you are here. And meeting a starseed is often the moment when that purpose becomes undeniable. But here's the challenge. Will you listen? Will you trust what is awakening inside of you? Or will you let fear convince you to stay small? Because the truth is, most people will feel this activation and then try to return to their old lives, pretending nothing has changed. But once you have seen, you cannot unsee. Once you have felt, you cannot unfeel. The only real choice is whether you will have the courage to follow where this path is leading you. The universe does not bring a starseed into your life by accident. If you have met one, it means you are ready, whether you believe it or not. The question is, what will you do now? The path forward, becoming who you were meant to be. There is a moment in every awakening when you stand at the edge of who you were and who you are becoming. It is a threshold, a crossroads, a choice, and once you step through, there is no going back. Meeting a starseed was never just about them, it was about you. It was about the part of you that has been waiting, lifetimes even, for this exact moment. And now, the question is not whether you will awaken. You already have. The question is, what will you do with it? The truth is, stepping into your true path is not a single moment of realization. It is a journey. It is a process of unlearning, of shedding, of releasing everything that is not aligned with the deepest truth of who you are. It is terrifying, exhilarating, and deeply transformative all at once. And yet, this is what you were always meant to do. You were never meant to live a life of quiet conformity, of muted dreams, of existing rather than truly living. You were meant to wake up, you were meant to expand, you were meant to step into the fullness of your being and bring something to this world that only you can. But here's what most people don't realize. Awakening is not about escape. It is not about leaving everything behind and running towards some mystical idea of enlightenment. It is about integration. It is about taking everything you have learnt, everything you have remembered, and bringing it into your life in a way that transforms not just you, but the world around you. Because the moment you shift, everything shifts. Your relationships, your work, your reality, it all begins to reflect the new frequency you are embodying. And this is where the real power lies. Have you ever noticed how after an awakening certain things just stop resonating with you? People you once felt deeply connected to now feel distant. Conversations that used to excite you now feel empty. The things that once gave you comfort now feel like cages. This is not a sign that something is wrong. This is a sign that you are evolving, and evolution requires letting go. It requires trusting that what is leaving your life is making space for something greater. It requires surrendering to the flow of your own becoming. But surrender does not mean passivity. It does not mean waiting for the universe to do everything for you. It means stepping forward, boldly, even when you do not have all the answers. It means following the pull of your soul, even when it leads you into the unknown. It means trusting that if the universe has brought you this far, it will not abandon you now. Because here's the secret. The path was never outside of you. It was always within. The Starseed did not give you something you didn't already have. They simply reminded you of what was always there. So what now? Now you become UTAP. You step into your truth with unwavering conviction. You stop waiting for permission to be who you were always meant to be. You stop asking if you are ready and start trusting that you were born ready. You begin to speak your truth even when your voice shakes. You begin to make choices that align with your soul even when they don't make sense to others. You begin to embody the light you came here to share, even when the world tries to convince you to dim it. And And here is the most beautiful part. As you do this, you will become the catalyst for others. Just as the Starseed activated you, you will activate those around you. Your presence, your energy, your very existence will begin to shift the reality of those who come into contact with you. You will become a beacon, a bridge, a reminder to others that they too are more than they have been told. This is how the awakening spreads. This is how the world changes. But none of this happens if you shrink back into comfort. None of this happens if you let fear convince you that you are not enough. None of this happens if you ignore the call of your soul. So ask yourself, if you knew that you could not fail, if you knew that the universe was fully supporting you, what would you do? Who would you become? Because that version of you is not some distant dream. That version of you already exists. The only thing standing in the way is your willingness to step into it. You have already been activated. You have already been called. Now the choice is yours. Will you answer? Will you rise? Will you finally become who you were always meant to be? Because the world is waiting, and it is time.